welcome to Torg's Day Night on the Ulysses International channel. I am JM, your GM, and with me are our Storm Knights. I almost said Horsemen, but I can't do that. Those are a legally distinct superhero team. I mean, Storm Knight team. We're going to just jump right into it. We'll do a quick recap. The group is bad at getaways, is essentially my takeaway from last week. Instead of making their escape, they turned around and drove their vehicles back into the base in a more explosive and flammable fashion.
Yeah, baby.
That's basically what happened. And so last week we ended with everyone except Brother Block, who seemingly might have died in the explosion, returning to the Delphi Council house that they have over the abandoned. What it could be a clothing shop, it could be a kitchen, it could be a kitchen. You could turn it into a store. And Zorba had set up the film canister because they were going to watch it before returning it to the twins. And the door was kicked open. Guy comes in covered in rain, drops Brother Block on the table, and turns around and asks, just jump right into it. You know, what the hell are you thinking? You think kicking a hornet's nest isn't going to bring down repercussions? And he walks over into your kitchen and just grabs a bottle of gin off of the top and like snaps the glass off the top and takes a big swig.
I'm poking Brother Block on the table.
He's squishy, and he's a little bit pinker than you remember him being. But
Pinker?
Yeah, because he explosion.
Oh, like burnt.
Yeah,
Okay.
lightning thin.
Yeah, not like when you're like more dead and your like skin gets grayer.
That's what I was thinking. Like,
It was the burn side.
right? So like newborn baby.
So we're gonna just jump back into this and go from there. So that's where we're gonna start off. What are you guys gonna do? Block is unconscious right now.
Is he like how hurt is he?
He's breathing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is he like?
He will probably snap back awake at a dramatic moment.
I see.
Yeah.
Is he like? Or is he obviously seriously injured and needed medical attention?
Yes.
Do any of us know how to do that?
That's what I was just wondering. Anyone got first aid?
Nope.
We're not that
Oh,
group.
Brother Block is our healer.
Oh, that's right. And not with first aid either. Just miracles.
Just miracle.
Just pray.
I'm pretty smart. Will that help?
I look at Boo's guy. Can you fix him?
Can I fix him?
Right, he's broken.
Yes, because he fell out of a zeppelin.
It was awesome.
Fell out of the zeppelin.
Right, it wasn't falling. It was tactical.
I can see what I can do. I'm the warden.
If he needs new legs, you let me know. I can hook him up. New spines, new skull, new eyes, new heart. I've got. But it's true, if he's already unconscious, you could also add some other things. Like if he needed to be able to smell better, I got a hookup.
I think we're just going to leave him be for now.
It's got suction vacuum vents. Top of the line.
I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in. The warden?
Yes, I'm... Kind of points to his getup. I'm one of the mystery heroes of the Nile Empire. I've been here in Istanbul for the last 2 months, attempting to keep the peace.
You call yourself mystery heroes?
The techno demons out of this part of Istanbul. Zorba Aladdin, loved you in all of your films.
I pull out a Sharpie and autograph the gin bottle he pulled.
What are you watching?
That remains to be seen. If looks like Brother Block is being taken care of by the warden, I will go start making preparations to set up the film and project it.
Okay. You are able to do so.
Okay.
You are an expert at this.
Do we want to wait for Brother Block to wake up before we run the reel?
Catch the rerun.
The rerun?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We don't know how much time we have. There's a good chance we'll have to crash another Zeppelin in a few minutes.
Mm-hmm. When the warden isn't watching me, I kind of gesture to the others, like, do we want to wait for this guy to get out first, or?
Seems cool to me.
All
But
right.
I'm really trusting.
I mean, he's-
followed you out of a pyramid into
Right.
an airbird, so
He brought it. Well, actually, Mr. Warden,
Just warden.
Mr. Warden, how did you find our cool house?
Two ways. One, you are not exactly the most inconspicuous group.
what do you mean?
He kind of smiles at the three of you, then looks to Block's unconscious body, looks to Kowalski the other way, and he kind of holds up his hand, and something like pulls free. You can feel something kind of like detach from the back of your jacket, flies into his palm. I also was tracking Delilah.
The only one of us that looked like a normal human?
Remember when you thought somebody was watching you
Yes.
and you did not make your find roll?
Him. That's good. I thought it was that bird guy. This is better.
I feel like you've done something none of us have been able to do and take out the Serpentis base. So while you're... He kind of looks at you, Kit, and...
Bony thumb.
Well,
It breaks off. A moth flies out.
rebandage it. Well, you may not be the most subtle. I cannot fault your results. Thought perhaps we might be of assistance to each other. I know what is going on here in the Nile Empire side of Istanbul.
Who are you working for, Mr. Warden?
He looks at you and completely deadpan says, I work for justice.
That's cool.
I did not mean to interrupt you. I thought you would like your ally returned. If you would like to work together, I would be amiable to that.
Indeed. And please stay. We are about to enjoy some entertainment.
I really hope it's Florence of Arabia.
Florence of the desert. sir.
Florence of the desert, I apologize.
I'll just start running the reel then.
Okay. So,
Well, time for the movie.
Zorba is secretly hoping it's one of his movies. So he's waiting to see.
so the
That'd be
reel clacks to life, and at first everything is blurry. There is no sound.
Can I conjure popcorn?
You have the conjure popcorn spell.
I have conjure.
I'll give you +3 to it.
This needs to be where we spend all the resources right now. Every possibility it takes.
There is no work. There is only popcorn.
I've actually always said that.
I mean, that's fair. So it suddenly comes into focus, and what's weird is that the focus kind of feels like it's coming. It's not like like a regular movie camera, which has a pretty narrow band, if you will. This sort of comes into focus first, and you can see like a building, although it seems far away. And then there seems to be multiple things kind of coming down in front of the lens that is zooming in tighter into the window that it was pointed at. And you can see there is a person in a long, almost Victorian style military coat, pith helmet, twirly mustache, so you know that he's evil. And he is sitting at a small writing desk, and you can actually see there is a map of the region, but not just Istanbul, kind of like out into Turkey, south down into almost the Red Sea. And so kind of covering that swath of the Levant and kind of, the Turkey area. And there are several different X's on there that don't mean anything to you. But you can see there's several pictures on the around the map. And they're all of this place that looks like it was carved into a cliff. So if you've seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, that's what it looks like. And at one point, someone walks in, and you guys were the ones who were talking with the twins. Remember, a patron of the bar, she has stumbled into, an indiscretion. That's how it was kind of presented to you. And you can see a woman walks in. You can tell it's a woman because she's wearing a very tight-fitting dress, but she has a large veil on, so you cannot see her face. But you all notice her eyes are shining through the veil, as if lit by some sort of internal light. And there is a bit of discussion back and forth. She points to the pictures. The guy waves the pictures away and points to an X on the map, very far south of here, in what is, kind of the Jordan region right now. And she nods, and she reaches out, and she holds out her hand, and there's something weird going on with her hand. It's hard to make out. It's kind of grainy. I need everyone to give me a mind roll or an evidence analysis roll if you have it.
Mind best skill.
Oh, I know. This is where you roll a 20.
Roll a 2.
I rolled an 11, so that's a +0, but I have evidence analysis, so it's a 12.
Okay. So your final total is 12?
If that's good enough.
Yeah, mine plus evidence analysis plus 0. Okay, 12 is good.
9.
16
9?
plus 3. Got an 11.
An 11? Awesome.
I got a -3.
You are vaguely aware that there is a movie going on. You were waiting for...
Jackie Chan is in this, right?
Yeah, you were waiting for, like, Patrick Swayze to show up.
As much as Kowalski loves movies, it would just make sense to him that people would just like die for just like some random movie. Like it's not not even absurd.
It is definitely not Roadhouse. You were hoping for Roadhouse. It is not Roadhouse. It is sort of appropriate that you are the one, Kit, who made her success, because you do recognize what's wrong with that hand. Sort of the same thing wrong with your hand. It is wrapped in bandages.
Thumb came off and you...
Thumb's a little broken, and the fingers look a little bit desiccated.
Yeah.
Underneath. It is another mummy. I don't have a soundboard here, but if I did, that's when the thunder would have, crashed and dun dun dun.
Do you want us to try and...
No, it's
Okay.
how can we tell if the real thunder is happening? That's it. And then the film kind of zooms in on the mummy's face, the veil.
Can I drop one really quick?
Sure.
Are you sure the film isn't Step Mummy, starring Julia Bobberts.
No possibility.
And then the film,
I loved it.
the film goes blank, and then you hear the flip noise that the canister is at its end.
Mhm.
The warden kind of looks at Kit. Back to the film, back to Kit, back to the film. Is that you?
Was it?
That's why I was asking. You get the feeling that all mummies sort of look the same.
Seems really rude.
Is that why everybody's always walking around going, "Are you my mummy?" Can't tell them apart.
The puns are flying. Come for the Torg, stay for the entertainment. Mr. Furious said maybe the mummy is Block's mother. He's Kowalski's dummy from another mummy. That's where the possibility. That was wow. Well, it wasn't you. There's only a handful of other divine mummies that are active in Istanbul. One of them it would not be prudent for this film to get out.
Do we know how recently this film was taken? Can you like carbon date film with your film expertise?
You want to give me a mind roll?
Oh.
Or do you have a card you could play? Idea, alertness. Okay.
Because like when they resurrected me, they were going for a different mummy. Is this my old boss?
Right. Would there be any way you knowing that, like
Is that like
her special symbol?
You didn't
Or
see any
whatever.
special
her like gait and how she walks like a mummy?
No, she was very clearly walking like an Egyptian. I'm sorry. It was just.
It's right there. You had to take it.
Do we recognize the mustachio gentleman?
You do not. But it definitely had it did not feel like somebody from the
Right.
Nile Empire or from Tharkhold. In fact, if you were going back through your training, it definitely looked like somebody who was from Orosh.
I elbow the warden. Who's that?
Who's Kit?
No, the other guy. The guy with the
The film is gone now, Kowalski.
who? Okay, you're from here.
Yes.
Who is the guy with the hat?
I don't know. I haven't seen anyone dressed like that ever. Wait, that's not true. There was a gentleman who was selling grave dirt not long ago in one of the squares. I thought it right outside the bar. Thought it was strange.
I mean, obviously Kowalski probably doesn't know this, but is there a specific reason someone would be selling grave dirt?
Would a mummy know that?
Well, I don't know if a mummy would know that, but what I'll give you all is the fact that right outside of the
What price? Is that what you're trying to say? Okay.
oh, is it Vincent Price? That's Ben bringing his A game even while playing an unconscious character. You know there was the market outside the safe site. The Guvenli Orak, right? The bar. The warden said that he saw this guy outside kind of going up and down. Grave dirt has several different things that it can be used for. Most often it's for vampires. Kowalski knows that. But also it can be used as sort of a kind of a warding, like superstition. Carry a bit of death with you so that death doesn't find you, sort of like antipathy
Sure.
kind of a thing. But it is strange. That is not a custom that is from this region.
He was selling it to anyone who would take it in this market.
Yeah. I don't know that it was him, but it was definitely someone who looked to be dressed like that.
And the building that we saw was definitely one in this city. Was it a recognizable one?
Give me one more evidence analysis roll to anyone. Well, you've all been here for a bit. Go ahead and give me an evidence analysis roll.
15. That was really good.
That's right.
No.
Gabe's my dice roll bad chuckle is just delightful.
0.
0.
5.
I rolled an 11, and then plus mine, so 8.
8.
15.
All right. Yeah, you know the region of the city. Like you were like, great, math, architecture, kind of your thing. You're like, oh no, that's clearly. It's actually only about a half-hour walk from here. It's on this side of the strait, kind of on the northern edge of the Nile Empire district. You could find your way there. Like you're pretty sure you know exactly where it's at with a good success.
All right.
All right, Mr. Warden. Why does Dr. Mobius want this?
What?
This thing. The tape.
I don't know that Dr. Mobius wants it.
Well, he had it on his base. We had to blow up his whole base to steal it.
Did you though?
It was the only, it was the only way.
I don't know.
Yeah, we
But here's the
they were
thing.
doing the whole thing still here.
What I do know is that Mobius's lieutenants are always willing to throw each other to the crocodiles in order to curry favor with Mobius. Did you encounter another one of his lieutenants there?
I think she shot him repeatedly.
You can see his eyes kind of go wide under the countenance.
I mean, there was the one that we also fought with a lot. Yeah. He doesn't like us.
Not very much. I think he
Wah,
goes
wah.
by Death Hawk.
Wait, who's the other one I'm thinking of? The one we fought in the bar.
I think that was just the captain of the bar.
That was just the captain of the
Pretty
boat.
sure.
Okay, because he was the one with the thing. With the
Yes, it was the captain.
I'm having a great time right now.
In hell.
So, I don't know what he wants, but I can definitely help with your friend.
Real quick, who are the other 2 lieutenants?
Well, as you said, there was Deathhawk. The Triumvirate is definitely one of them.
Death Hawk. What was the other guy's name?
Of the Triumvirate,
Yeah, the other 2.
very proud that Kowalski got 3 people from Triumvirate.
I was about to assume that one of them was named the Triumph.
I thought that was the case. There is Conundrum and Dr. Fear.
Conundrum.
And Dr. Fear.
It's a conundrum.
One is known,
Yeah, cannon drum.
one is known only as the Hidden.
I thought we had Conundrum and Dr. Fear.
No. The Triumvirate are a group of lieutenants that all work together.
Okay.
There is the Hidden,
Okay.
and the last one is the one who currently is carrying favor with Mobius. The lady, Omarose, who happens to be a divine mummy. You do recognize the name Omarose.
Is that my boss?
That was that was the pharaohess they were trying to resurrect during your one shot.
Oh no. Okay.
So here's the question now. What was Kit's relationship with Omarose?
I mean, I was honored with a ritual murder. So
Yeah.
that's pretty exciting.
Right before the ritual murder, pretty good.
Yeah.
During the ritual murder, not so good.
Yeah, like it went downhill while I was being murdered, but it was still an honor. Okay, so it sounds like when I was being resurrected, all those people there doing it were trying to force me into like a mummy mind control slavery thing.
Mm-hmm.
I would imagine that I had a great relationship with Lady Omarosa,
Yeah.
but I would imagine that she might be mind controlled slave worried. Those are words.
I was tracking.
I'm still
I
getting
gotcha.
used to not ancient Egyptian.
I was there. Yeah.
Why would you mind control a little fragile, frail, old dead person?
With that, my eyes just glow,
I
and my knot hair sticks out on end when the hat goes flying as a result. And wind goes through the windows, but I don't really do much after that.
But you could be mind controlling like 10-foot tall techno demons.
I don't know how magic works.
Do they have minds?
Yeah.
Oh.
I have a brain casing to protect mine.
That would not have been my guess.
Sick bird.
Sometimes it rattles. Okay, so theoretically, you would control it because it's a force of.
We're very powerful, yeah.
But they're very powerful when mind controlled.
I don't know if they're powerful when mind controlled, but it wouldn't be the first time that Dr. Mobius has used questionable methods on independent spirits. The man is constantly trying to keep those of us in the 8 realms down. We'll be damned if we let it happen to this earth. He kind of gets a faraway look, and lightning crashes through the window that Kit knocked open. He cuts a very impressive silhouette.
Cloak billowing.
Justice.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Okay, so questions. To just
Good
think-
point, Mr. Furious. He's like, when does Dr. Mobius ever not use questionable methods? Yeah, that would be the real twist, wouldn't it? I will.
That feels like a doctor, like saving lives. Okay, so we were tasked with getting this reel because the reel showed someone in a compromised situation.
Mhm. You guys all went to a really different place. I'm looking at you, chat, as well.
So now we find out that it's this Lady Omarosa,
Who is in charge of, like, she is.
probably.
Yeah, if it is her, she is Mobius's, like, prime regent in the city.
Which, if that's the case, and if everyone knows that, then this is her plotting for Mobius, then it's probably
No,
not
this
a
is her plotting with the Gaunt Man.
with the Gaunt. Okay.
Or with Orosh. Or maybe with people that are fighting the Gaunt Man. Who knows?
Mhm.
So it's
Either
her
way,
double
they're-
crossing Mobius, and
Right.
that's the issue.
So she might be a double agent.
But if she's
Or-
mind controlled, how does it?
Unless she's not actually mind controlled. I mean, like, I murdered that guy before he could mind control me. That's how he met
And
me.
you were only you're only an accountant.
And I was just an accountant.
That's cool.
Thank you.
The warden does. You see, he attaches some device to Block's, like, head and neck, and kind of turns a dial several times, and you can hear this, like, low whine that's starting to gain in pitch. He does walk over to you to let. I'm sorry that I used you to track your team members back here. I would like to say there was no other way, but he looks at Kowalski. I didn't know it was going to be that easy.
There's also probably just like a perfect circle of anti-Mobius graffiti centered exactly on our safe house because we just would have,
It's like
put it in a big
perfect-
radius.
A perfect trail of destruction from the base to our to our house.
Like there's a like seriously damaged Jeep just sitting like right outside.
Maybe Salvo took
Oh,
the
that's
Jeep
right,
for
she
you,
took
and
it,
she
okay.
drove off into the night so that it wouldn't leave back here.
There you go.
That's something then.
At this point, there's another crack that sounds like lightning, and the smell of ozone fills the whole room. And Brother Block spasms and breaks the table he is laying on. But Brother Block, you do you heal 2 wounds.
You got all the shock too.
It did get rid of the shock as well.
I was just joking about shock.
Oh, well, you're shock. Oh.
Sorry.
Hey, Josh. Thanks for tuning in and subscribing. All right, sorry. Just gonna toss that in there. All right, Block, you are awake.
How you doing?
Why didn't you let me die? I'm back.
That's how every Frenchman wakes up. That's how French people say good morning.
I think that Brother Block is pretty stunned, partially because I think there's things that Ben knows that Brother Block doesn't know. So he's definitely stymied and vulnerable, and he's not really sure what's going on, you know. So he gets his hammer and holds it like a blanket, you know, just to feel better
Comfort
for a
object.
little bit. Yeah, exactly. And he thanks everyone. He thanks everyone for saving him and says a prayer.
Kowalski comes up and gives him a giant hug. That was badass, dude.
So who is this guy?
I'm the one who pulled your bacon out of the fire.
That's Mr. Warden.
I am the warden, but
We're trying to be
The
polite.
warden. And you woke me up.
yes,
Thank
he kind
you
of
for
comes
that.
over and he pulls the device off of your neck. Something of my
you
own
did it
design.
with this thing, the collar thing.
Yes.
It makes sense because your name is the warden.
Seems really displeased at being alive.
Yeah, it definitely feels like that. Like where you were super excited to be alive. Well, once you got
He was once I got finished murdering everyone.
that's right. Once you finish murdering anyone and realize, hey, maybe just next time you die, you can just be like Cleopatra. Can you please just give me the end
Can
of
you
that
repeat
joke?
that joke,
Yeah,
please?
like, I really need to
Yeah.
know the answer to that joke.
One of these days.
What are you going to do with the film?
Okay, so we were tasked to bring it back to that weird head.
And that was a mission that we were sent on by the Delphi Council, right? We were supposed to make contact and
Yeah, because the bar was known to be a place where everyone comes, so a lot of information goes through there. It's a smuggling house.
yeah.
They thought that you would be able to get access to the Thark. Like they couldn't.
Yes. Oh, we're doing it for Tharkold.
Yeah,
That's right. Yeah, we need to return the
give
film.
us Tharkold
Mhm.
access.
Also, how many days of that week till my debts came due have we spent?
Exactly less than 1.
Okay, and we're also 2 days away from that thing being destroyed.
You're also 2 days away from the attack on the Golden Gate. Yes.
Okay.
And you also know that you can find.
The house in the video.
Yes.
Okay, so should we go give the reel back? Should we go visit the building? Should we do all of those in order?
Yeah, I think we should just give the reel back and then go visit
Okay.
wherever we saw
Um,
Omarosa.
I know that you're probably going to say I am making this extra But I think perhaps we are making this too easy. Yes. Why do we give it back? Zorba, I know you have lots of film. We make two that look like this. We give them the film. We say, here you go. Here's the thing that you wanted. And then we leave.
Didn't he read our minds like the second we got into the building?
Well, there's the fact that you're pretty sure the headless voice is, or the voice of the headless is a telepath. You also know that the twins told you what was on the film. Right? They told you that a patron of the bar was in a compromising situation. But Mr. Furious, if you guys are okay with the suggestion from the chat, Mr. Furious did point out Zorba probably has the ability to make a copy of the film.
Oh,
That's what Ben was saying
yeah,
too.
that's a great idea.
I can do that.
Okay. Delilah, is there anything you're doing while all of this is going
I'm making bullets.
on? Breaks out the alchemy kit. Everything now smells of sulfur and pine. And she is reshelling bullets. So do you guys want to do that tonight? Do you want to spend the night kind of resting, maybe healing a bit?
Okay, at this point,
Zorba's got 6 days.
how
As of
long
tomorrow night.
would it take Zorba to make a copy of this film?
Just a couple of hours, like not a lot.
Once we return the film to the head voiceless, I will never remember someone's name. I'm so sorry. The voiceless head. That's not the one he did talk. We'll be allowed back in the bar, right?
Yeah.
It's like we're banned until we bring that back
Mm-hmm.
because we started a huge fight because we're really good at subtlety.
Yes.
Yeah.
I
So
know
why don't?
this might not be a best idea. Prove like
Then that's the
Dark
one we're gonna
Pass.
do.
we could split up, and half of us could take the tape back, and the other could take the copy tape and go to the place.
I'm for it.
Yeah, because I was thinking anyone who's at the bar, if it's one of the patrons, they could also stake it out, waiting for that patron, if we wanted to meet her or whatever, or him. I don't know which one is
Okay,
actually the subject.
So off the top of my head, Torg and Block probably need to be the ones at the bar, given that any attempt to secretly or quietly investigating a location will probably be foiled by our presence.
I don't
feel
know.
like-
I'm gonna try to open a restaurant and get distracted.
Burn down the bar.
Realistically.
I mean, those are all possibilities.
Yeah, that's my main concern with splitting up is
We said
keeping
Warden
them.
with Kowalski and Brother Block. Keep him in check.
I don't think he's
If
a good
he's-
at.
I mean, if that's what you would like, that would be.
Also, I don't know if I trust them to give back the reel to the voice of the headless, since last time they tried smashing the floor and taking his head.
So Zorba wants to just go spend the night drinking and gambling at the bar anyway, so
Okay,
he's
so you'll
happy
go?
to take the film. Yeah.
All right. So
Okay.
what I'm hearing is
Is
Zorba,
that-
Block, and Kowalski are going to go
They're good.
to the Gouvernement Oroch, and Kit and Delilah.
Girls' night.
All right.
Will you please keep them in check?
Absolutely.
Do you want the warden?
Great.
All right. So you
I'm
guys,
so concerned.
do you want the warden to come with you? Do you want him to go out into he does not care.
I think he should come with us.
Yeah, right.
Yes, I owe him a drink. Please, monsieur, I owe you my life, at least one drink. And also, you have to tell me how you got this peculiar name, the Warden.
I will
And-
give you. I will gladly share your drink when Istanbul is free and injustice has been crushed beneath the boots of the mystery heroes.
I
Then
don't know why you call yourself the mystery heroes. Like, do you not know who you are? Is it like some sort of?
and we're leaving. All right, so we're we're gonna bounce back and forth between the two scenes. We're gonna start with Kit and Delilah, and then we'll bounce over to the bar, and we'll bounce back.
Okay. Before we leave,
Yes.
are we just on a fact-finding mission to figure out, hey, what's the deal with this building? I also kind of already forgot what was on the video. Kit's a lot smarter than I am.
You can always ask, what does Kit know?
Okay, so I just wanna recap the video. So it was in a building,
Mm-hmm.
and it was Lady Onerosa
Mhm.
meeting with a mustachioed gentleman.
Again, bad props for mustachioed.
Meeting with a mustachioed gentleman, looking at a map,
Mm-hmm.
and they were pointing at an X
Mm-hmm.
in a location that we probably know what that location is. In theory.
At least we could look at a map and point at that same location ourselves.
Okay.
All our bases.
Yeah.
Just don't hold them up.
Do we know what they were potentially doing?
You do not.
Okay. When we believe that it might have been an Tharkolian contact.
An Orosian.
An Orosian contact.
Mhm.
Sorry. Okay. Thank you.
Zero Earth Element said thank you for the recap because his video lagged out and he missed the last part of the video.
This
now
works out
that's
really
what-
nicely.
so, right, it's just the circle continues. All right, so Delilah, so we're now in it's like 2 a.m. You guys have been running around all night. No, it's later than that. It has to be 4. It's getting near to dawn. You go down an hour before dawn. Because right, you showed up at the bar around 10, big fight, got kicked out, ran over.
Graffiti taunting campaign lasted longer than that.
I think it did a little longer.
Yeah.
Oh, it did.
Because it was like he got those kids.
Oh,
to do
right.
the
Yeah,
dancing.
no. So we're gonna say it's near dawn on. We're about to
Day
start day 2.
2,
Yeah,
okay.
we're starting day 2. The power of notes. And
Cannot have
I have a
campaign
without meticulous records.
I have a miracle that I can only do if I stay up all night long.
Does it count if you're
Which is
unconscious
kind
for
of,
a lot of it?
I think it. I mean, it's not written very clearly, but it's not, as long as I catch it before the sun breaks the horizon. I think these Catholics codify their rules pretty well. So I'm gonna.
Did he leave?
So on my on Battle Vigil, I got a 9.
Okay. So I'm guessing you want to spend a
I need-
possibility on that.
Yeah, I know.
What does this do?
We'll find out.
Okay.
Yeah. I honestly have to. I have to refine it, but I would. I'm pretty sure. Okay, I was pretty sure if I stay awake all night and prepare for a battle the next day, when we fight, all of my melee actions are favored.
So, but you can't.
Before I
If you need to, what's the casting time on that? Because if you need to stay up all night, you can't go to the bar to do that.
Oh, I guess I'm out.
Are you gonna just chill and do your battle visual? Really get you pumped up?
Are you gonna go to the
Yes,
bar?
I'm gonna chill and do my battle vigil and promise to meet you at the bar later. Because earlier I wanted to say, if I never see that head again, it will be too soon because it is evil. Of course, I tried to smash the floor and the wall and the head and the ceiling because it is evil. It's an evil head.
Yeah, it's best that he doesn't
Now
go
I'm
in.
going
Okay?
Yeah. The casting time is 6 hours. So. All right.
All right,
So
6 hours.
it is Block or it is Kowalski and Zorba, and the Warden is playing backup to Kit and Delilah. So Kit and Delilah, you Thanks, Mr. Furious. You can have a possibility for that. He sent me all of the notes.
Oh,
Yeah, wonderful. This is the best part of running this game because it's like I have 7 brains working for me. So you follow Delilah through the streets in the pre-dawn streets of the Nile Empire part of Istanbul. You can see people are starting to they're rising, they're sweeping out from the house out into the street. Every so often, something comes flying down from an upper story. You try not to think too much about it. You don't know what it is. But if it was ancient Egypt, you would know what it is. But that's not what's going on. They're just kind of dumping refuse out to be cleaned up later. But you end up at the northern part of the city. You can see the wall on this side. I mean, it's massive. It towers higher than any of the walls that you were familiar with. Not as high as the pyramids, but like the city walls. They are. You kind of think that there may be multiple of them kind of out there, but you eventually come to the area that you recognized from the film. And it takes you a little bit. You got a good success on that. And you eventually find, you're like, no, that's got to be the building where the mustachioed man was, which makes this the building where the film was taken. And again, it was really weird because, right, it focused in and then it kind of, you would see these little blurry things. And then as it refocused, it kind of kept getting closer and closer.
like an eye exam.
Sort of, yeah.
But probably can't. Okay, Delilah. Do you think we should check out where the video was taken or where they took the video at? Both I feel like will be interesting.
Yeah, let's go with the first one.
Okay, so where it was taken.
Yeah.
All right. So you find that the door is when you get to the door, it looks weird, and what you can see is that it looks like it was clearly kicked out at some point, and there is a small rock kind of wedged in to make it look like the door is still closed. You can just move that rock and pull it right in.
Before I do that,
Mhm.
can we see if there's any evidence of like people there or anything?
Give me a find roll.
Both of us?
Yeah, both of you. Now, while you guys are doing that, I'm going to jump over. The bar is it's not so much winding down, but you can see they have put a brand new
Bar.
window, in.
Mhm.
And as you're going in, Baruch, Zorba, you know I'm not allowed to let you back in unless you have it.
Ah, then you are allowed to let me back in. And
He kind of puts his arm. I'm going to need to see it.
I pull out the reel a little bit,
And then put it back in.
put it back in.
Question real quick. Did I heal up at all, or am I still looking really sad?
I mean, I don't know how sad you're looking. You are Kowalski.
I have one wound.
Oh, you've taken one wound, or you have one wound left?
I have one wound left.
I
We
would,
should have done some other things first.
I would really recommend not getting into a fight.
Okay.
Ah.
Looking pretty, looking pretty beat up.
All right. As soon as you walk in, people are throwing dice. You can see that the crowd is thinned out from the last time you were here.
All the real diehards.
Yeah, it's the diehards. It's the people who have nowhere else to go except to try and get. This is the hand. This is it.
Is Billy Joel in the corner?
Billy Joel is not in the corner,
He's not playing Piano
but
Man?
he would be if this game were set literally anywhere else. But
I know all of them.
you just
They know me.
That's right. The weird thing is, all of a sudden, all of the little noises seem to cease. People stop playing with their chips. People all set their drinks down, and everybody in the bar turns to look at you.
Zorba loves the attention.
They all open their mouths, and in unison,
Ah.
Oh,
"Did you bring it, Zorba?"
oh,
It's
Yes.
so creepy.
Right here. It is. I hold up the film canister.
They all look from Zorba up to the balcony where the twins are standing. Bring them and it to us. And then everything goes back to normal. And the twins kind of come down. Zorba, Zorba, Zorba. You came through.
Yes.
It's our new sous chef. Or no, our new head chef.
I
I hope you don't mind, but you're fired.
I don't feel like I cooked any heads yet.
This is why you are fired. But you are welcome back in the bar. You should really see someone about.
If you have some like vodka and old rags, I can do something with this.
Shall we go? The twins kind of turn to the door that you know leads to the elevator that goes to the upper deck.
Very well.
All right. You guys get in the elevator. It closes. It is definitely playing some sort of music. And when it opens up, you guys are waiting, and the doors open up behind you. And you turn around. There's the long hall with the stairway that kind of comes up, and the door that has been rehinged.
That's right.
Greg says, "Don't worry, Kowalski. Those aren't wounds. They're fashion accessories."
Darkhold, yeah,
That's
man.
right. All right. So the twins stop at the door. The woman opens it. The door swings open, and again, on the pedestal rotates, and there is the head in the jar with the speaking box in front of it. What did you guys get on your final?
I got 13.
I rolled 3, which is -6, so -3.
Was that a possibility, or are you good? You don't have to. Like, you could just be like, well, I didn't find nothing.
How much is it gonna affect Kit finding something?
Not at all.
I'll just follow
Yeah.
Kit.
Okay.
Delilah's the only one here that needs sleep.
That's right.
Coffee at
You
least.
spent a lot of time combing the desert, but you ain't found nothing. So as you kind of look up, you can definitely see as one of the zeppelins kind of goes over with the lights, something reflects the light in the same window. It looks like the camera, at least, is still there.
Oh. Okay. Okay, so this door was like the door to the building.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and it's the second story up, facing the street.
Okay, does it look like there's any movement in there or just the camera?
With a 13, you don't know. Can you get to a 15?
I
Success. Do you have a card?
see if I have a card. Captured, no.
Play it.
Just like out of nowhere.
On nerds, we were captured.
Gonna blow up another base.
Okay, should I spin my hero card or not?
Could play that.
I have an alertness card that
Would you just like to play that?
Please, that
it helps you find an otherwise unseen item, clue, or an event.
Oh, yeah, that seems cool.
You definitely notice that there is movement upstairs. As you watch, someone pulls the lens back from the window.
So not only is there someone there, but they've probably noticed us looking. Okay. Go get him. I'm wondering how easily we could pass off just being regular passersby, but I am a mummy, and it is like pre-dawn,
Yeah,
so probably not
And
great.
the warden is in like a bulletproof vest
And
and
like
has
mask.
a mask and like a long flowing trench coat.
So I say we just go up,
All right.
but stealthily.
Well, then you need to give me a stealth roll.
Oh, it's not gonna go up. Yeah, I rolled a 5. I'm not even gonna do that math. It's not gonna work.
A 19.
Yeah, like every time you step on a stair, it creaks. And so it's that.
Is there ancient knees?
It could also be her ancient knees.
Like the buzzing of the bugs that are still inside me.
That is also just a wonderfully good way to set that up. All right, so when you get upstairs, there is no stealth. Did you get?
I rolled a 19.
So okay. It's actually easier because of how creaky Kit is going up the stairs. So with a +6, what does that give you to stealth?
+6 to value of 16.
Okay.
24.
24, yeah.
Yeah, you are like a shadow
22.
in the night.
Sorry that your companion's so loud.
It's a distraction.
I don't even know what stealth would be. I'm assuming dex.
Dex, yeah. it
Yeah.
definitely
Oh,
is.
that's really bad.
All right, so you get to the top of the stairs. Kit is clearly first. You and the warden are kind of. You can see the warden has drawn two, like a pistol in one hand and has a set of brass knuckles on the other, that have like hieroglyphs on each raised bit of the brass knuckles.
Can I tell what it says?
Not right now, because you were so noisy you cannot concentrate.
Loud
You
to
have to turn
read.
down the radio to drive better.
Yeah,
That kind of thing.
yeah. You're
I
like,
think there's
shh.
something about justice.
Yeah, you keep saying shh, but you're shh. As you, I definitely love running this game. As you get to the top of the stairs, the door bursts out, and you can see a creature that looks to be like an ogre,
Ugh.
like just rippling rolls of flesh, bumpy skin, like distended jaw, large tucks, but that's one half. The other half seems to be the same creature made of wax. And it comes barreling into you, and I need a maneuver from all of you, or a dodge, as it just tries to bull rush past
20!
you.
But explodes, right?
It does.
He died. 9.
All right.
So it's an 8. 17.
All right. The two of you get out of the way, as does the warden, and this thing goes running down, but it's going to run down into the streets. The room is empty. What do you guys do?
Can we close the door behind it when it goes out into the street?
You definitely can.
Is there any downside of doing that?
Aside from a massive ogre-like creature running through the streets of Istanbul, not at all.
It's going to get very hot in the day and it will melt. At least half of it will melt.
Yeah, how hot is it?
Right now, it's warm, but it's not. It's still pre-dawn. The warden is heading down the stairs.
Yeah, we should go help it stop the thing.
You don't have to. You can
There's
Can
like
I stay
people
here?
there.
stay here. Yeah,
Investigate?
Kit, are you gonna chase after the creature?
Yes.
Okay, so Delilah's in the room. The warden and
Good thing
Kit
you're
are
so
chasing.
Oh, wait up.
So we're going to come back to the guys at the bar. The speaker kind of crackles to life. Excellent. Welcome back, Zorba. Kowalski. Hear your thoughts echoing from a block away. Did you bring it?
Here it is. And
You hold it out and he kind of looks at you. Please. And like this cart just rolls up to you like a drink cart. There is a martini in it. Set it on the cart.
Do you suppose this is why he needs a head chef?
Would you like me to turn him off while we have our discussion?
no. He's fine. He adds a certain something.
I find that most Orkaldu do, but this one seems different. Hopeful, even. It will be delightful to see what the upcoming months do to that. So, a deal was made.
Yes, this cancels out my debts, correct?
Not all of them. But I'm sure I can continue to find things for you to do around the city to put you out from under the monetary debt that you owe me. I believe we talked about a discussion of opening a line of dialogue with the Delphi Council. I believe it was also promised that you would have access to Darkhold side.
That is what we were receiving from you. Correct? Correct.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
I like how the two of you are like, I don't know, maybe that seems reasonable.
Probably need to be a little bit more confident when doing these dealings.
Kit had such high hopes. when you retell this story, you were way suaver.
I want to go lean on the shelf
Okay.
next with all the clear souvenirs of superheroes.
Mm-hmm.
Just see what I see there.
There is definitely some sort of strange silver gun with a large disc under glass. There is a set of brass knuckles that have like strange hieroglyphics on the raised portions. You can see several masks that like look very much like the wardens, but are torn and kind of frayed.
Interesting, but they actually look like the warden's costume or something, more or less.
The domino mask seems pretty
pretty
ubiquitous.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not like these are past wardens or something.
It's not like time travel hasn't come up in the Torg game before. I don't know if you guys are watching this, but Brother Block has committed to the prayer pose for like the last 10 minutes, and I feel like he's just like gathering possibility because every time I look up, I'm like, that's another one that I'm going to give him when he wakes up, and that's another one.
Yeah, his character's really impressive. Just like in general.
Yeah. I can provide ingress into Darkhold. There are several ways I could get you in. Some of them would be more legwork on your end. Some of them would be easier, but would require additional services for me on Darkhold's side. Which would you like?
Oh, easier ones, please.
Well, the easiest one is I happen to know of a supply run that goes in and out of. You're so dramatic. Fleshgate.
Das Väg of Goldu.
Every 5 days, I could arrange to have you and your companions on said supply truck. But again, would require. Can't use my hands for this character. It's very difficult. That would require services to be rendered while you are on the other side.
So what you're saying is we got this, and then in order to actually get to the other side, we actually have to do something else.
No. We have to promise to do something else. Those are very different
It
things.
is fascinating. I can hear the neurons searching for each other to ricochet off of each other. Your brain case is badly empty.
That's okay. I got room. It's nice.
So, you don't want your brain to be too cluttered.
That's right. Marie
But
Kondo.
Marie Kondo that.
Doesn't bring me no joy.
The chat says the Fleshgate seems safe.
Yeah.
So the next supply run will be done in 4 days. You just missed the window. 4 days from now, I can deliver you to Thargold's side. And we will discuss. Be here at sunset.
Go ahead. And if we do this other thing for entrance into Thargold, I would like it also to cover my debts as well.
Oh.
If you would like, the absolute maximum of our professional capabilities.
I have seen the absolute maximum.
It was badass, am I right? We crashed Zeppelin into a base. There were explosions.
I would like to make that some kind of persuasion, if that's okay.
Yeah, I would love it. Greg is in Kowalski's court. Kowalski's brain isn't empty. It's just a small piece of home, a vast frozen tundra.
One.
You got the game design side.
Uh, 16 on persuade. Basically saying I'll make sure it gets done if my debts are paid off. Is what I'm trying to persuade.
No,
you
I will allow this. I will give you, when you show up to go in, I will give you 2 choices. One for the entrance through the easy way, and one to cancel out all of your debts. It is up to you to decide which you would like to take. Does my state make you uncomfortable, demon?
No. She really liked it. For like 48 hours, I was a head chef.
You keep him around like a child would keep around a snake or a monkey, yes?
One cannot choose one's coworkers.
Perhaps I do not want to open up that. But as much as I dislike your companions, my hatred for Mobius knows no bounds.
And we did just blow up an entire Mobius base, which, A, for awesome.
Go through the whole alphabet.
We're gonna jump over
All 15 letters you know.
the Clevin. So Delilah, Kit books it. What are you doing?
I'm gonna I'm gonna keep looking around the room, see what I can find.
All right, so you can see there is it's sparse, it's bare. There's some rotting smell in the room. You're not sure what that is. You haven't looked too closely. But kind of dropped on the ground is this weird camera that has like several arms on the side that kind of when you were at college back at Sherman, Illinois, you would always see the steampunk kids walking around, and they would have the lenses that would kind of come down over, like multiple lenses that kind of narrow down. This is what that reminds you of, is that this is sort of an old movie camera that someone has constructed a series of lenses to allow it to zoom in far more. That's kind of why there was that blurring as it kind of came down.
Okay.
You can see there's a giant pile of wax, several like kind of scraping tools, and a wicker basket that seems to be leaking.
Yeah. I'm gonna go pick up the camera and then look in the basket.
You take the lid off the basket. It is definitely filled with sort of rotting, unidentified meat parts.
Awesome.
Meanwhile, this thing is just lumbering down the street. We're gonna do a little bit of a chase scene here.
I do like that, like, the Monster Hunter was like, monsters.
What are you gonna do?
She's a monster hunter, not a monster chaser.
Exactly.
Totally
Kill them,
different.
not chase them.
However, as you are standing there, you've got the camera, you kind of stand back up, and there is a shot that breaks the glass, and embeds itself in the wall near your head. Came from across the street. All right, so you are on step A. The monster is on step B.
Okay.
You gonna chase this guy down?
Yeah. I think ideally you just want to destroy it as soon as possible.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, so if you just want to fight it,
I mean, like, I would like to fight it from afar when hopefully the warden did a lot of the up close fighting.
all right. So
Great.
we'll just start there. So you guys get onto the street. You see that it comes down the stairs. It can't quite turn. It kind of crashes up against a car. The car rocks and comes back down. You can see that its flesh is a little distorted on the wax side where it hit, but it turns around and heroes go first. The first card is Bring 'em On. Ordinary villains are vulnerable, which means it's easy to hit the guy this turn. Heroes go first, and attack or trick is an approved action. And because the warden is an NPC, I'm going to let Kit go first.
Okay. First, do we know anything about this guy? Is there a chance that he's good, or is he probably definitely not good?
Well, you could take a multi-action. You could
Okay.
give me a mind test to see what you would know about this creature, and you could give me an attack roll at the same time, and I would allow you to change the attack roll if the lore information you get. He was spying on the people across the street, but that doesn't necessarily. So is the warden, I guess. So
Okay, then I think I would like to do a mind roll and then also ideally subdue him. Probably using my only really like attack spell, which is my harmonic wave.
okay.
Giving them good vibrations.
So if you're gonna try and subdue him, I would say
If he's
that
made of wax, would be like just pressing a record, right?
if you make a called shot with your harmonic wave, thank you. My brain just totally was like, I will allow you to only attack the wax side of the creature.
Okay. I feel like that'd be better than throwing a Molotov cocktail.
I don't know when it wouldn't be great to throw a Molotov
It's
cocktail.
yet to hit once. Is my only concern there. Okay,
It's
yes. And
meant
the
to
call
hit if
shot
you threw it at.
and the call shot is -4, right?
For this.
So if I did a multi-action, it would be -6 for that.
Yeah.
And -2 for the other thing.
Yeah, and
I
actually,
would've
no,
taken it.
it's only -2 for this cold shot because you're just targeting half of his body.
Huh.
So it's -2 for like an arm or a leg or a large section, -4 for something about the size of a soccer ball, or -6 for a space between armor.
Okay. Then perfect. Then I want to do that.
All right, give me the die roll.
Okay. 20.
Rolling hot tonight.
Jenny's dice. Tonight's game brought by Jenny's dice.
And an 8. Okay, so 28, which is a +9. So for the mind roll, just straight mind.
Yes.
Okay, so for the mind roll, that is just -2 because it's a multi-action.
Yep.
So it's an 18.
Nice. Okay. So with an 18, you know that this is actually a Chirui, which is a flesh-eating ogre out of Bantu mythology. So you realize that rotting smell that you caught a whiff of is probably human parts.
Okay, so if it gets a hold of anything, it will eat it.
It will
So
eat.
I should destroy this as much as possible.
So is
Then
that his lunch? Like his mom packed him a lunch for the
I don't know that his
for the
mom
takeout?
Someone packed him a lunch. You're guessing that he's not the person who was running the camera. He's probably just somebody who
It
was.
ate the person that was running the camera.
That's not where I was going. But who's guarding the room? Like the door was kicked.
Yeah.
Probably this is the creature who did that.
Okay, cool. Then can I not worry about only targeting the wax instead?
Yeah, you could just let her rip.
Great. Then that was still the +9 to my. It's an alteration roll, I think. So it's a +9 to my alteration, which is a 14. So it's a 23 against the target's dodge or dex.
Dodge of 7. So
Is that an outstanding?
that is an outstanding success. 2
Okay.
bonus dice of damage.
Great. So yeah, 10 damage that ignores armor, but this guy's matte wax, so not really any armor.
Yep.
Plus 6.
So it's a total of 16.
Yes.
So you definitely see it stagger back, but it does not seem to be wounded.
Oh.
Uh,
Normal sound for reaction.
your ally goes running into there and tries to crack it right across. He's going to spend a possibility because that wasn't great enough. The jaw cracking. Oh, that's good. So that's a 32. That's plus 10. Unarmed combat. All right, well, let's see if he can do some damage here. So he hits this thing in the jaw, and you see he kind of punches through the wax, and some teeth go flying out the other side. It's wounded, but you don't know how badly.
Okay.
You can hear the sounds of fighting from the streets, but there is a gunshot coming that came into your window. What are you going to do?
Stop, drop, and roll. I'm gonna get down right
You're gonna hit the ground. Yeah. So you hit the ground.
Yeah.
Do you like crawl to the window to kind of see what's going on?
I think I'm gonna head back down.
Back down the stairs. All right. You can hear somebody's coming down the stairs. It has the familiar cadence of Delilah. So that is acceptable, Zorba?
Indeed.
You do realize that Darkhold may be the safest place for you right now. Even now, Mobius's agents, those of the Triumvirate, are setting up wanted posters of our tiny techno demon here and his
Badass man of God.
sure. I was going to say burly best friend, but
Also good.
It's got alliteration. It's a word I know in my head.
do you know what it means?
It's when you make words with the same sound that start the same in a row.
I am so proud of you. And they say you can't teach techno demons anything.
I didn't even know what alliteration was.
The problem with knowing you are the smartest man in the room is everyone who steps in here is an idiot. 4 days, Zorba. Return with your team and I will get you into Darkhold. If you can set up a meeting or actually negotiate on behalf of the Delphi Council, there may be other opportunities for us here in Istanbul. I have no hands to shoo you out of the room, but now is the time.
Blink twice if he wants to leave.
You see his eyes go a little vacant, and the twins come in, step on either side of him, and go. All right. So you guys head back.
Yeah.
All right. New card. Oh wait, no. It's the. It is now the ogre's turn. The ogre rips the door off of the car and uses it as a club. He's going to try and hit. It is going to try and hit the warden and Kit at the same time.
Oh, I thought I was safe.
He rolled a 1. It goes flying over your head. It looks like it's going to strike the wall, but it actually kind of careens back and hits the creature in the chest, leaving a huge gash, inflicting 2 more shock. The new card is Clever Comeback. The taunt skill may be used as a defense of any kind of interaction attack this round. Trick and taunt are the approved actions, and sadly, the heroes go first again.
Oh wait, so last time the approved action was attack.
Yes. So your new destiny card is Willpower. Oh, sorry.
Oh no. Okay. I always forget about the cards.
Ben, I'm giving you a possibility because you are committing to this 6-hour battle right, and this is just flat out spectacular. Don't say anything, it'll ruin it. But no, that I appreciate you.
Okay, so last time when I did my whatever, it attacked him, but it didn't seem to wound him.
Right.
So I would think instead I should go to my old standby that's never worked of the Molotov cocktail, hoping that it will burn off all the wax at least.
Mhm.
How do we feel about that?
Feels good. I should be here pretty soon.
You are
right,
you
with
are
my-
here. You both can attack this round. I will say, because this is Torg, so with Torg there's a lot more transparency about the creature you're fighting. You made a mind roll to identify it. You got an 18. That's awesome. These creatures are vulnerable to fire, which means their defenses automatically go down by 2 if they are attacked with fire.
Okay, so I should attack first, so that you also get that benefit. I would like to pull out one of my bottles, pull off one of my wrappings, make my Molotov cocktail, and throw it at the creature.
All right, give me the attack roll. You got possibility.
Yeah, I want
You
this
really
to work
want this
one
to work.
time. So we have a 3. And we have a 10. That was an 8.
Close. Oh.
Well, it was an 8. Okay.
Well, you do. I'm just saying, you do also have Nile Empire possibilities, which means if you want to roll spend another one, it will add together.
I think I
Here,
have a regular one.
take one of my possibilities with my transfer card.
Oh, awesome! You want
Well,
to play your transfer?
Does it
card?
work if I already spent one?
Yeah, he'll give you another one.
Yeah, because Nile Empire.
All right.
Get that one.
Okay.
Go for it.
Another one.
Roll it and explode it.
You've got this.
Okay, I'm gonna-
Josh has come up with a new title, Kit the Mad Bomber of the Nile. And,
Oh, I like that a lot.
yeah, I know, right? That does fit. I'm gonna see if I can't fit that.
That was an 18. That was a lot better.
I'm gonna see if I can't get that under the screen. Be like the Mad Bomber of the Nile.
Okay, so altogether it's a +10, and my missile weapon is a 6, so it's a 16.
Okay. Well, his dodge is at
Thank you.
5 against fire attacks, which means that is an outstanding success. What's the base damage on your Molotov cocktail?
14,
Okay.
and then it says it's a medium blast, and he's engulfed in flame.
So what was the final total of your die roll?
31.
All right. So the attack roll hits the wax side, which means it can ignore a wound. So what's the base damage of your weapon?
14.
14. All right, and you get 2 bonus dice. So go
Oh,
ahead and
thank
roll them. And don't forget to put a card in at the end of the turn.
Thank you. 3. I'm actually gonna keep it glory. Just in case.
All right, it is engulfed in flames, screaming a bit. It's letting out this like deep, one-sided rumble as the wax starts to melt a little bit off the side. Delilah.
I'd like to aim my gun with the explosive shell at his head.
All right, go. Oh, so do you want to do a cold shot?
Yeah.
All right, so that'll be a total of a -4 to hit. So go ahead and roll your fire combat.
Okay, 19.
Nice.
That's fine.
You sad about your monster?
Nah,
6 to what?
Fire combat. So 18.
18.
18. All right, well that is an outstanding success. What is the base damage on your?
Yeah, it's 14.
Okay, and then you get 2 bonus dice of damage.
But with that shell, it causes 15 damage.
15.
15.
Okay, damage 15. Roll. And what was the I'm sorry, what was the total that you rolled?
18.
18, so that will hit the fleshy side. So
And
the
then-
wax side is just running like wax.
And then 6.
All right. So your shell catches him right in the eye. And for a minute it's standing there, and then the shell explodes, and the creature hits the ground, and the warden is kind of standing there like,
Go power.
I can see that I am really not needed here. Well done. And he kind of looks up, and you can see dawn is starting to break over the eastern wall. I have to go. But if you need my aid, he kind of reaches into his trench coat and he pulls out like a large
Delegate?
walkie-talkie. Only after sunset. Good day. And he turns around and goes running into the street, and he takes a leap, and he gets up on like the ledge of like pulls himself up on the ledge of the second story, and then leaps across the street and is going from rooftop to rooftop, fleeing the dawn. There's a second crack, and
Oh right, we're getting shot at.
the window in the car that the creature hit explodes. The windshield. You can see there is a man in the window on the second story with a bolt action rifle, and he just
Okay, the second story of the other building,
Mhm.
not the building that we.
yes.
Do we think that they mistook us for people who were taking the video?
But that is where we will pause for tonight, as Zorba and Quality, you get back, and Brother Block is like shining with the radiance of God as your battle right finishes up. We're gonna compress time just a tiny bit here, for the sake of not having Ben sit.
And to be fair,
His
when I said-
triceps hurt so bad.
And when I said back, I mean back to the floor of the bar.
Right. Okay. Then when you
Because if
guys-
I'm gonna get my
yeah,
debts canceled, this is my chance to.
Did you really
rack a
run them
bunch.
up?
run them up again.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a gambling roll. All right. Chat, you guys were on fire. Somebody asked what Lady Omarosa would be why she would have interest in a bar, and I said, well, you know how it is. You just get wrapped up in things, and the whole chat groaned. Josh has been cheering for Kit. Kit lays
Thanks, Josh.
lays a smash down in style. Kit the fireballing mummy of the Nile. You guys mean girl power. So, guys, this was awesome. You guys had fun?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Ben, thank you for being a good sport with the spell and with the fall down from last week as opposed to the fall out from last week. You sort of jumped out and then fell, but your commitment to character, as always, is inspirational. Guys, check out all of the other great content on the Ulysses International channel. Go over to YouTube. You'll find them there. You'll find the previous Torg games, the Horseman game, the Eternity Shards game, the Bureau G game, and which features Brother Block in there. Also features Mr. Furious and Greg himself in our game, and the B Team game. And I can promise, in this season of Torg, the B Team will return. That's where we first got to meet Malachi. Yep. And Ben's first character for Torg, Sir Reginald Worthington III.
What?
What? And who could forget Dogathy, the Cthulian dog of many eyes. So, thank you all for joining us. We are off next week. There will be a rerun. We will be back the week after that. So thank you all for joining us. Hopefully, Zero Earth Element, you can catch up on the laggy video either on YouTube or next week when we do the rerun. Phantom will handle all of that for us. We will be back in 2 weeks and with more Torg. And I hope you guys are enjoying this game as much as I'm enjoying running it, because this has been spectacular. So we will see you all in 2 weeks. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, stay gaming. Thank you to everyone, my players, to Ulysses for the show sponsor, and to my wonderful players. Good night.